Hello everyone. In this presentation, I will summarize what I learned from the three articles that were in our lecture slides. The articles look at cloud computing from different perspectives, one focusing on content and the other service says involved, and the another one involves cloud computing, what really cloud computing means, and the different services involved in it. The third one gives broader perspective about cloud computing, its features, and enabling technologies. I will also explain the main points which are included in each article and then maybe compare the overall lessons in it. So let's go to the next slide, which is the first article. The first article is called Cloud Computing, which involves concept architecture and challenges by the name mentioned the authors. Just can just read it out. So from my learning from this article is the cloud computing challenge changes where computing resources are located and how they are delivered. Instead of keeping everything on personal computer inside an organization, users can access computer with the help of internet and using their own device. So continuing on the very first slide, the main characteristics that I learned from Article 1 was to understand the main characteristics of cloud computing. Users can access services through a browser and different devices and locations. Resource sharing can be between many users and can improve utilization as well. And the pay per use model means organization can pay according to the actual use, and many more. We can just read it out too. So let's go to the architecture and service models. The major learning from this point from the article is cloud architecture. The architecture can be viewed as front end and back end, and this means what user sees, and the back end means basically the servers, storage, and clouds. And the article also explains about IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, which is I stands for infrastructure, P stands for platform as a service, and S stands for software as a service. So that we already learned in the previous lecture in lecture 4. I hope so. Yeah, we learned that in week 4 about the different services provided by the cloud. So let's move on to the next. The article also describes four deployment models, like what are the types of cloud are can be categorized as well: public, private, hybrid, and community. As public is a shared access through the internet. Public cloud is shared and access over the internet. A private cloud is controlled by an organization. Hybrid combines both public and private resources, while a community cloud is shared by organization and common requirements. Sorry, I just missed some slides. So I can go back. So I'll just continue from here, which is basically the Article 2. And from Article 2, my main learning is that organizations can choose different cloud services according to their needs. For example, one service may provide an application, while another may provide infrastructure, and another may provide an API, which is application programming interface. The article also highlights the integration as an important future decision. Future direction. If cloud services can communicate and work together effectively, organizations can build more flexible IT environments. So I learned to think of cloud computing as an ecosystem rather than just a data center or virtual machine. So let's go on to the Article 3. The Article 3 is basically about the cloud computing. It's a perspective study. This paper looks at cloud computing from a broader research perspective. It describes cloud computing as a way of providing reliable, customized, and quality of service guaranteed computing environments dynamically. And um, the most important point is that the author that is mentioned right there is recognized that cloud computing was still evolving and that there was no widely accepted definition at that time at the moment. Um, so what are the important features that I learned here was the um, cloud computing was different. In earlier computing models, cloud services should be easy for users to access. Resources can be provisioned on demand, so users do not necessarily have to prepare all infrastructure in advance. So quality of service can be agreed through service level agreements. The cloud also manages resources automatically and transparently as well. So most importantly, scalability and flexibility allow the system to adapt to different users and changing requirements, sorry. So another major learning area is the technology behind cloud computing. Virtualization is important because it allows hardware resources to be divided and use flexibility. Web service and service-oriented architecture have cloud services to communicate and many more. So to compare the overall conclusion or summary from those three articles. When I compare for the three articles, I can see that they complement each other. The first article helped me to understand architecture, service model, deployment models, and challenges. The second one helps me to understand the broader meaning of cloud computing and the different types of services that are involved in cloud computing. The third article helped me to understand the features and technologies that make cloud computing possible. Together, they gave me a more complete understanding of cloud computing. So, my overall learning is that cloud computing is a way of delivering computing services or resources and services flexibility through the networks. It can also provide software, platforms, infrastructure, and data services. The article also showed me that the cloud computing depends on technologies such as virtualization, distributed systems, web services, and orchestration, and many more. So, to conclude, these articles showed me that cloud computing is connected to earlier ideas such as distributed and utility computing, but provided a more flexible based service approach. The biggest thing that I learned is that cloud computing is not just about storing the files online, and it also gives security, privacy, reliability, and integration. Um, So these are the references that I used for the presentation. All the main points in the presentations are based upon the uploaded source of documents. Thank you.